This month we got a special video for a cousin of mine, my cousin Kate. The same one that basically told me that Die Hard was not a Christmas movie, so Die Hard for the NES is not a Christmas game. Yes, that cousin Kate. But I love her dearly. She's like a kid sister to me. And one of the things we have in common is a love of the Roadrunner. I always loved those Roadrunner cartoons. Roadrunner just minding his own business, having some fun, just wanting to run down the road. And then there's Wile E. Coyote that just wanted to catch him and eat him. And you loved watching him fail. You loved watching him put all those death traps and them blowing up in his face. And in some cases, the Roadrunner also took the offensive, too. The Roadrunner had his series of games. And originally they started off under the Atari banner, but then moved on to other systems. We're going to explore these as I have them with me. Arcade for the Roadrunner. For the most part, it's about picking up seed and don't miss anything. Any seed. Because, well, the seed is your power-up. And apparently, some of that seed has some steel in later levels. And also rope landmines as well. So, starting out, well, just insert the coin, you'll be ready to go. It opens pretty much like a Roadrunner cartoon. You have the Coyote and the Roadrunner introducing themselves, although they have their meet kind of pseudo-Latin names. So, setting the joystick control. Eat all the birdseed to increase your value. Going back through the instructions again. You get a good idea of what you'll be getting yourself into. I found with this you have to use the stick. Yeah, Velocitus Tremendous. Hardheadipus Ravenous. How about Movadatus Unbelievabus? Wile E. Coyote, Famish. I couldn't catch that one. Yeah, I had some false starts with this game, because I found you had to use the joystick for the arcade. On my emulated system, the D-pad will not work. If you want a D-pad game, that'll be on the NES version, which I will cover later. Right now, as soon as we get started. Okay. Velocitus Tremendous. Hardheadipus Ravenous. Okay, maybe that's it. Yeah, like I said, joystick, not D-pad. Movadibus Unbelievabus and Famicius Fantasticus. See Jonesus Creatus and Easius Startlus. Yeah, this is when I realized they had to get back to the stick, and you also have to get back those seeds. You also see in the back shortcut. What that means, well, that might be better explained in the NES review that I'll do later on. And Wile E is very fast in this. You're hearing the William Tell Overture through this version. And again, Wile E Coyote, gotta get your seed, otherwise your seed meter's your health bar. Your seed meter goes low, your health bar goes low. Okay, and here you are, just running, and the Wile E grabs you. And yeah, you hear the laughter in the end. It's like, so still grab the seed, be careful. Yep, grabbed again. The NES offers a little better explanation on how the gameplay happens. So, I think we'll be going at it again. Well, not enough credit. And no, maybe Well, maybe. One more round. Yeah, one more. Velocitus Delectabus. Slowpocus Runus. Boy, there was a lot of them. Okay, one more try. And yeah, he got me. The stick is very loose. And you also have to be careful in getting the seed and trying to catch the seed. It just slows you up. The arcade game is a bit of a challenge. A lot of twists and turns in it. You were definitely putting quarters in it when this came across your arcade system. Your local arcade, not your arcade system. But if you had an arcade. And yeah, Wile E has rocket skates if you get too far ahead of him. So yeah, you still got your speed, but you get too far, Wile E grabs the rocket skates. And that's all, folks. Meet. Roadrunner for the arcade by Atari. You're going to have to use the joystick. No D-pad here. And it may not be worth it just to go back for one seed if Wile E just catches you. It is a fun game, but it's a lot you gotta master on it. And if the choice is between going back for a seed and just keeping going and just get another one later on, then maybe you should just keep going and just get more later. But there may be some other challenges you may not be aware of. This is definitely a game you got to practice on, especially if you're stuck with the joystick. Roadrunner for the 2600. Doesn't really look like much. And looks like there's not too much of an animation either. Well, you make out the Roadrunner, you make out Wile E Coyote, but the seed is hard to reach. And apparently he does not go for the rocket skates, he just pops up and runs harder. I guess your seed meter is also still up top. Oh, you got trucks coming at you, but he can still grab you too. So, yeah, the trucks, Wile E, you can be run over. And you're more or less going in a straight line. You got no twists and turns on this one. So, grab the seed. This time's represented in dashes. You still get the laughter out of it. It's like boop, 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 boop. Yep, game over. So, you got signs in the back saying this way, telling you to keep on going. So, still on the road, and Wile E does pop back, although you don't see him doing the rocket skates. Maybe he has a set of wheels somewhere. Yep, you also gotta avoid the trucks. So, and yeah, you can also get some effects. Wile E smashed, and you also got a jump button, trying to jump over some obstacles that come your way. Splash Wile E, you get some points there. But you also gotta watch it yourself. And yeah, Wile E can grab you. And it's like, boop, boop. Oh, just go over right. And like, oh, where'd he go? So you still get some of the cartoon fun in this game, but not a lot of the challenge of the arcade. So, yep. Pauses and wonders what's going on. Some days he gets splatted. And Wile E just catches up. Roadrunner for the Atari 2600. As far as I can tell, you're just running in a straight line. Wile E Coyote's still high on your tail. Even if you outrun him, well, he doesn't come after you with the rocket skates. This one lacks a lot of the old arcade game, but it also makes up for it in some ways. You still hear Wile E's laughter of sorts when he catches you. And yeah, you also get to see him crushed by a truck. And also, well, if the Roadrunner gets hit and carried off, I you do get to see Wile E's reaction. It's like, it's not as I expect. It's like, wait, where'd he go? What this version lacks compared to the arcade or possibly other versions, it does make up for in others. Now let's take a look at one more version. Roadrunner for the NES. Yep, and sorry, yeah, honk honk. But this is where you use the D-pad, and it is very user-friendly. If you remember the shortcut from the arcade, it indicated it was closed, just as the arcade one indicated it was closed. And you're still having to get seed, you still have to be careful while he's still chasing after you. But it's a little more easier to maneuver, easier to evade. The control is a little more precise, at least for me it was. Some may get different results out of the D-pad, but for me, it works here. And yeah, the trucks from the Atari are here, and you also splatter Wile E with the trucks. He gets flattered in a pancake. But you still have to get that dang seed. You can't really afford to lose any, otherwise you'll lose health and lose a life. Yeah, and you also get winged a little bit if the truck passes by you, but Wile E does get splattered faster than a pancake. Got the seed, and he caught you. But there's no laughter here. It's like, dun 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 dun. Also, yep, the rocket skates are back. Wile E catches you. If you try to get too far away, he just puts back the rocket skates. So this is more faithful to the arcade, but it's also a little more fun to play. You also get the challenges the arcade provides, the weaving roads you have to avoid to, well, you can't avoid them because Wile E's still on your tail, but it makes it easier to catch up, for him to catch up to you and take off with you. Sometimes there can be tricks to evading Wile E. Yep, end of level 1, special bonuses. Got him once. This is level 2, which for me is easier to get to. And this time Wile E is not running, he's on a rocket. You have to evade him as he comes by you. Because sweeps in, he can grab you and take off with you. He has his lunch or his dinner or whatever. Now be careful, and he got me there. And carries you off to who knows where. Alright, still on the run. Alright, careful there. And, yep. You gotta be careful to see where he will end up and make sure you avoid where he winds up. Sometimes he can be far away, sometimes he can be a little too close. But eventually, when you reach the end of that, the rocket explodes. Now it's the pogo stick. Yep, the Acme gadgets pop up. Acme rocket, Acme pogo stick, and yeah, you can catch it with that. And that's all, folks. Honk honk. Yeah, you are in the William Tell Overture. And the Looney Tunes at the end. Still, you put in your code, well, you put in your placement, TURRET, turret. But there's a reason why I'm going back at this again, and I'm glad I cleared the first level. Because you start back again, honk honk. The shortcut is open. You can collect a seed or two, or just go on the shortcut. And while he's going, what's going on here? Bonus life awarded. Yep, you take the shortcut, you get an extra life out of this. You also keep Wile E in view, otherwise he goes for the rocket skates, even when trying to get to that big rocket. So you're kind of avoiding, yeah. and gets you there. So you also got to keep in mind where Wile E might show up, because he can be like right in front of you, or right behind you, or way too far away. Like that one, he was a little way too far, up there. Right. So it's also a matter of timing it just right. And that one I did not time it right. So here we go, running again, keeping Wile E in view. And here we go, launching. Grab a seed, and Wile E gets me. But yeah, the D-pad is a whole lot easier than the joystick. So, and you get to other levels, you get a whole lot of other challenges too. To do the home version, I think you'll have a little more of a fun time than trying to do the emulated arcade. With the emulated arcade, you're going to be practicing a lot, trying to get a feel for the control. Or that, or you're going to be pressing the credits a lot. And one more time. Right, missed there. You also get to do the jump, but that's for other levels like crevices that come by, or even the landmines if you come across one. Because in later levels, I think you also, if you replay level 1, you'll hit the landmines. And sometimes landmines can save you. Roadrunner for the NES is a more user-friendly game. You get to use the D-pad, definitely, and that helps out a lot more with control. You still get a few surprises, like Wile E Coyote getting hit by a car, done in by his own gadgets. Not his rocket skates, but like a rocket he's riding on, or a pogo stick, and other odds and ends. You get to take him out, and he still comes after you. But the controls are easier, and you can go after the seed a lot easier than you probably can with the arcade, and maybe even with the Atari, as the seed on that is a little hard to make out. Out of all the Roadrunner variations, I'd say the NES one, done by Tengen, which was an Atari manufacturer, is the best one. But we are not done with the Roadrunner yet. Roadrunner's Death Valley Rally by Sunsoft. And here's the Roadrunner doing what Bugs Bunny usually does, being the face of Warner Brothers. And this time it's the Roadrunner's game, so it's the Roadrunner doing it. This is not like the Atari game. This is a totally different animal. Get an idea of the gameplay here. Coyote after you. You pick up points, pick up seed. But the maze is a little different. Zippity splat. This is what level 1 is. And we're open to the chase. And the Latin names again, fake Latin. Roadrunner, Speedometrus Maximus, and Coyote, Hungarius Uncontrollabus. Unlike the Atari, these are the names they're stuck with. And yeah, meet me. And Coyote is taken by the speed of the Roadrunner. He doesn't carry you off if you run into, if he catches you, but the Roadrunner can take hits and lose some life in the process. Get the bird seed to keep his energy up, much like the seed meter from the Atari game, but this is a different game, so to speak. You also have to get as many flags as you can while trying to reach the end. And Wile E doesn't carry you off, but It's more like taking a hit. You got the red dots, which indicates how many hits you can take before you lose a life. So let's see. Nope. And again, green flag. Last time, that's what you can take. And once the red dots go, you're done. So 1 life left. The objective is to try to, well, capture the flag and hit as many checkpoints as you can. And try not to get too hit in the process. Plowing through that. Yep. Wile E goes down. You get an elevator taking you to the next part of the level. The animation quality for the Roadrunner and the Coyote, it's, I'd say, pretty accurate. And yeah, there's holes you can fall down into. So, eat the bird seed, press on. Yes, big scorpions. And of course, the Coyote chasing after you. You plow through those blocks, and it causes the road under to collapse under the Coyote. An elevator comes to take you to the next part of the, well, is it a race or is it just clearing a course? I'd say you're just clearing a course with this. I guess it's a little like a Sonic game, but it's also very confusing. I don't think a lot of gamers like this game. Although they probably did like the design of it, I think a lot of them might have felt confused by it. Get to another flag, you just hit another checkpoint, which could be a new starting point for you. I think you also hit a trampoline somewhere on there. Yeah, go down. Nada. Let's watch out for Snake. And Wile E has a new hearts for health. He's got a new toy to play with. A steamroller. Some of these can be pretty hard to get to. These ledge points that seem to be hovering in the air. And be careful. Looks like there was another flag up there, and I've got no lives left. So it's also a matter of getting to the right point you can jump at. Hopefully trying to get those flags that are really hard to come by. And, yep, got the flag. A lot of these platforms can be hard to spot, hard to know. You can miss a flag and not even know it. And you're also losing down to your last health. And, yep. Done. That's all, folks. Roadrunner's Death Valley Rally. It's faithful to the animation, and it can be fun if you can figure out which way you're going on it. Pick up seeds for extra power. Don't get hit too many times, and there are a few goodies here and there. First level, you go left from right, and you come across the finish line. As you go to other levels, however, you may have a hard time figuring out where the finish line is, because there might be a few liberties taken with maze design, as the ending may not be where you think it might be. It's fun, but it's confusing as Hades. But we're not done yet. Would you believe Wile E. Coyote was the star of his own game? Kid you not. Coyote and Roadrunner sharing the stage. And I was surprised that I saw this in my Xbox library. I wouldn't find out until later that this is not a finished game. This is a prototype. Yes, Wile E, we can see ya. Wile E Coyote's Revenge. You hit the start. The Coyote, well, seems pretty okay. The objective is to catch the A's. The animation seems pretty good. But you also have to avoid a few traps along the way. Yep, you also see the roadrunner. It's just nice walk. But yeah, he can also take a bit of damage to cactus pits, and watch out for that. Yeah, you can also take off running too. But as I said before, this is not a finished game. You also get some power-ups like dynamite and boulders. So what we do here, well, try to throw the dynamite. Well, try to push it down if you can get to it. Okay, turbo speed. Landmines, that's what those are. It could have been worse. The Atari Roadrunner game was worse. Roadrunner on the other side. Then you try to jump, you can't reach them. So get back there. Yeah, you hit the... So, can't get that. So, yeah, blows it up. And you also can get crashed by the boulder. So, Wile E still goes through the pratfalls and the perils. He's also got to jump crevices. And there's the Roadrunner. You get to chase him, but he still evades you. And he can also jump over a lot of that stuff, too. Apparently nothing affects him. And, oh, the rocket comes at you. You take hits and you lose a life too. But there really is no end to this game. There's no way to get out of this level. So it gets... Yeah, you also gotta be careful. Gotta make sure you jump precisely. Get enough of a running start. Get enough momentum. And off you go. And yeah, rubber band tripwire. Watch out for that. Chase the Roadrunner. Try to catch him. And he still seems to get far enough away from you. Get all those A's. I guess they're like coins to him. Alright. A little more of a power up there. Get the A's. Oh, the cactus. Oh, there's some A's you have to ask if it's worth it or not. Okay, super strength. Okay, press on. Going back. Grab that, grab that. Dynamite. Oh, Wile E was here, I guess. It's raining rockets. And getting that. Oh, yeah, that's what I mean if you gotta see if that A is worth it or not. Because there can be a booby trap with that A. Alright, couple more A's, well, maybe a few others. And you got hit, lost a life. Ugh. Wile E was here. So run on, Wile E. You've cleared a lot of what you had to clear. You just have to get out of here. Oh, tripwire by the rubber band, and there was a Roadrunner on the other side. Gotta catch up to him. Yeah, another tripwire there, and crashed by a boulder. A lot of the pratfalls that Wile E catches are through here, but yeah, he can't exit. And he's also got a timer on the right hand side. Trying to find the way out. Okay, is it this side? Catch, let's see, blow that. See if we can jump it. Super strength, super speed. Get to that, but yeah, no way out. Super strength. He cannot leave the level this way. So is there another way? There actually isn't. So try to maybe leave from the left. See if there's anything there. And, well, a few more A's. Empty box. I guess something was probably supposed to be there and wasn't. Wile E was here. Yeah, we know. A quicksand trap. And he's done. Okay. So, yeah, that quicksand trap. Can't make it out of there. And, well, there's no way to end it. And that was Wile E Coyote's Revenge for the Super Nintendo. I was just not compelled by it. I mean, yeah, you pick up, it's like, you had a great premise of Wile E going after the Roadrunner, playing as Wile E himself, grabbing power-ups and A's, but also maybe not grabbing the right A, as you might fall into a bit of a death trap, which he's usually does. It had one of those confusing Death Valley Rally endings. I'm not even sure there was an ending. I'm not sure there was anything that indicated level complete on this. Because you make it to the end of the screen, dead end, where do you go from there? Then you take another path, dead end, where you go from there? Again, dead end, where you go from there? As I played in later versions. Roadrunner's Death Valley Rally, I think, had some pronounced ends to it, and I think it's a little more polished. Wile E Coyote's Revenge, not so much. Hope you enjoyed this take on the Roadrunner, or the Roadrunner games at least. I'm always going to enjoy the Roadrunner as a character. I'm always going to enjoy his adventures. And I, for one, hope Wile E Coyote doesn't catch him, because that bird still has a whole lot of miles to run. I think we all do at some point in time. Don't forget to click and subscribe.